Ursula, that was the best headstand video ever. And you should, I get a lot of headstand videos sent to me every day. So you should be really pleased that was the best one. Right, Sue? Yeah, good girl. Good morning. Finally, a Sunday morning with Facebook behaving properly. All connected. Got a kitty on the mat. 2 kitties on the mat. Small swarm. An auspicious start. So we'll try to keep the blind up. Usually when it's sunny, it's a little bit challenging, but we'll see how it goes. Today being day 101 of our consistent run of practice online. And coming up on a third. We have to get ourselves to 120 to be at a third of the way through. So if you choose, if you're using oils or not, get your mat in place. Get your block, get your playlist up if you choose. Lots of folks are choosing to go quietly. This is a great sequence to go quietly. But otherwise, just sitting tall, making light, coming in. Happy Father's Day as well. A busy Sunday indeed. Heart high, chin in, and we attune. May we be guided. Ong Namo, I bow to everything outside of me, guiding me, healing me, holding me. Guru Dev Namo, I bow to everything inside of me. Everything I know and everything I don't. So 3 times with me, Ong Namo, Guru Dev Namo. If it's new to you, listen. If you're ready to go, then keep your jaw loose and let the sound of yourself get clearer with each repetition. Inhale. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Roll your wrists and roll your shoulders and start your playlist if you're using it. So Naturaleza on June 2020. By next Wednesday, the July playlist will be up. You can always get it on my website. We come to stand. We come to stand. Shake out your feet. Shake out your hands. Good. Inhale, hands up. Inhale, hands down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. To in, and out. In. In. In, out. You find your pace, right? You find your size. When you're ready, the eyes may close. In, and out. Three, 2, 1. Hands up. And wide and down. Shake hands, shake out feet. Feet a little bit wider, one hand out, one elbow back to change. Exhale, exhale, exhale. If it's too much to start out, go inhale, exhale, in, out. Little bend in the knees. Move from your feet. Oh, yeah. So you're as aware of the front hand as you are of the back elbow. Oh, getting under the shoulder blades, getting the back of the neck, turning at the navel. Five, 4, 3, 2. Draw both elbows back and inhale deeply. Hold the breath in, heart up, chin in. And then shake it down. Feet a little bit wider again, hands up high. Soften your knees and fold to the left. Inhale up. Fold right. Maybe pass the knee, past the shin, or fingertips to the floor. But a bend in your knees and a hinge so your hips go back. And you're not rounding in any way through the spine. We're going to add a ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 Ha. 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 You'll be better on the floor. Ha. 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 3, 2, and 1. Inhale up, 3 sips through the mouth, 3 in the nose. Hold the breath hard up, chin in. 2, release. Slowly widening your arms, widening the chest, standing tall on the feet. Let it run through you. Good. And down to the floor. Lip up. Try it on the floor. Knees bend, feet flat, arms wide. Circle. Your right knee may circle or your right foot may circle. Smooth it out. And feel how the circle changes your breathing. Reverse. Taking the point of the toes or the knees and your attention slides all the way back into the hip socket. One more. And knees bend, feet flat. Left knee circles or left foot circles. And the foot circle can be small, as though you were just going around a basketball above you, or you can begin to widen out, exploring through the hip, the inner thigh, and the lower abdomen. Feel the support of the floor. That we're looking to reverse your circle, the separation between us and the radiance of the day. Everything that is growing, everything that is rooting down, everything that's flowing past. This solstice day, how are we a part of this? Both feet circle up the middle. Maybe feet, maybe knees. Starting to put together the strength of your abdomen and the movement of your hips, reverse direction. Starting to feel how the legs and the abdomen stabilize the pelvis, and that allows the spine to open all the way to the back of the chest. And knees bend, feet flat. Right hand behind your head, left hand overhead. So your right leg extends. And as you lift your head and shoulders, tap your right heel. Inhale, open back to the floor. Exhale. As you tap, turn your heel in and your knee out. And start to draw your navel to your spine. So it's this sort of a corset that holds us steady. And the turn of the knee out and the heel in is the beginning of our cross-legged seat. Keep the tap, cross your left ankle behind your right, and then left foot down, inhale, open. X to tap, X to cross, in, down, in, open. Out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out, in. One more. Good. Changing sides. Right hand extends left behind the head. Left leg long, rise up, tap your left heel. Inhale, open. Heel turns in, knee turns out. As you go to the floor, really reaching your hand away from your heel, open the line right through the midline. We'll add on. Keep the tap, cross your right ankle behind your left. And then down and open. Exhale, tap, exhale, cross. Inhale, down, inhale, open. To out, and to out, and to in, and to in. One more. And setting it down. Hands on thighs, pause and press away. So that the contraction that's needed to bring your foot towards your head is not constant, that we can really let that go now. And then give the breath more space. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Left hand on the left thigh. Press away so the outer thigh rolls away from you. You can wash a little side to side. Soften the left hip. Soften the glutes on the back. The inner thigh on the front. A little more space and breath down into the left hip. Wriggle the left toes, let it move. And then changing sides. Right ankle over the left knee. Right hand on the right thigh, send it away. And as you release all the ways in which that right hip is held, keep softening, let it move a little side to side. With each exhalation, just finding a little more space in the hip. Move your right toes and bring it all the way up. Sitting on the edge of your blanket, heels are wide, and we'll sweep it out side to side. If knees are bent, just keep the toes up. You can prop the backs of your knees with blocks, or the legs are out and you move from side to side. Take your time. 'As though we could start to connect the feet to the outer hip to the outer rib, to the outer shoulder, to the fingers. Three, 2, upright, fingertips inside your thighs, heart forward, tail back. Let the breath lengthen the front of your body. See if there's a little space in your toes. And then bringing it up to across legs. Put your block lengthwise in front of you. So if I have my block, I'm going to go this way. Just walk your hands on either side for a moment. Walk your seat a little bit back. Settle the hips, the outer knees down toward the floor. Even a little walk forward of your hands, a little side to side through the shoulders. And then you bring your left forearm down to the block. And your right hand comes up. Good. And you sweep your right hand down in front of your left, drop your head. Sweeping up and down. Using arm on the block and the spine and the seat, that we're not so much in the muscles as we're just spinning through the joints. Opening behind the elbow to the back of the shoulder, down the right side spine to the hip. One more. Stay tall, pause a beat. And bring it down. Left hand goes high, falling back. And then the left hand to the right. And we begin to move. Accessing the spine of the upper back is challenging because that's what the ribs are connected to. But we start to make a little space with a little more breath. Go one more time. Let yourself stay tall for a breath. Revolve through the seat. And then bringing it down, fold forward, fingers forward. Maybe your forehead rests on the block. As you walk yourself up, your hands onto your thighs. Seated right in the middle of that blanket. Circle your pelvis. Circle your pelvis. And you let it be small. Just the pelvis, all the way down on the floor. So instead of trying to circle the chest or the shoulders, it's as though you were on one of those big fitness balls and you were driving that fitness ball in a quick little circular rodeo. There we go, there we go. And then you reverse. All the ways we hold our legs onto our body. How loose a grip are we willing? And as we loosen the hips, the spine can change, get into the abdomen. Even the shoulders change, the elbows, the fingers are released here at this deep circle of the seat. Big breath, clear it out, build some heat, start your engine. 10 seconds, see where you go. All the ways we try to get it right, just loosen that up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Find center and inhale, triceps in. Pause the heart high, wag the tail, turn to the chin. When you breathe out, it's as though out the top of your head and your eyes are closed, sitting tall. Feeling the circulation of your low body. Long, smooth breathing. We just reside in what we've made. Nothing comes next, nothing to do. How deeply can you settle into the light you've made? Just keep breathing out fidget or distraction. To roll the shoulders. To let the legs out long. Shake out the feet, shake out the knees. When you rebuild your seat, I tend to bring my heels in so that I can sit more fully. A little bit of a arch to the low back so that the heart comes up, the back of the neck is long. If this alignment isn't available when you sit on the floor, then you're welcome to sit on the edge of a chair, on the edge of a couch. But knees are bent, feet are flat. If you want the whole practice done on a chair, that's a Monday class. So modification Monday. I'll do modifications tomorrow, but if you need to, you can always replay that. So seated tall, we find our circles. Start loosening the elbows. Start low, keep it easy. So if we start low, we start in the elbows, we're starting the upper back. So that the front of your sternum is rising. That posture that we made yesterday in vinyasa with our hands interlaced behind our head and we're lifting the lungs right there. We want that sensation of lifting the lungs here. And lifting the lungs means sitting down. And then out the wrists and out the fingers. And it doesn't need to get higher. So if higher makes you frown or makes you fight what you're doing, keep the elbows only the height of the shoulders. Or if you're ready, wrists go higher than the elbows, the chest starts to rise. But the seat is deep and the navel is strong. Whisper of ha. Keep the breath, close the mouth, out the nose. Close the eyes. And you allow this circle to move into you, to move through you. That each circle isn't necessarily going to be the best circle, but over time, just one at a time, they're making a little more space. Elevating the chest, strengthen the navel. Heart up, chin in, stabilizes the shoulder girdle and the back of the neck. If you like a little lift of the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. And with that energetic stabilization, pelvis and throat, see if the arms can get easier, delightful. Three, two, one. Hands up, 3 sips in. In the nose, heart up, chin in. Everything lengthens. When you breathe out, it goes out the top of your head. 4, 3, 2, exhale. And onto your back. Lying back, draw your right knee to your chest. Let your left heel rise and fall. Inhale up, exhale down. We're rinsing that cross-legged seat out of the back and out of the hips. Flex your feet. You can roll your ankles if you need to, open and close your toes. Hips are square, shoulders are square. And changing sides, left knee comes in, right leg goes long. Inhale up, exhale down. One more. Knees bend, feet flat. Put a block between your thighs. So it's just lower than the bulge of your knee joint. Elbows down beside you, palms face each other. As you press your heels down, it lifts your hips. Then roll down through the spine. So press the heels down to float the hips. Press the elbows down to lift the heart. And then roll your way down through the spine. Pressing into the floor allows you not to clench your low back. And without that, you can move, if you'd like to, you may be quick. I definitely notice a difference at the 2/3 mark here of the month that this motion has become more accessible in my body. Heels down, elbows down, letting the back of my body, letting what roots into the ground do the work so that the hip joint just can lift and open without so much fight. Yep. Keep it there or adding your hands overhead and exhale, elbows down. Inhaling, hands up and down. And what this starts to do is bring us up onto the tops of our shoulders, lengthening from your kneecaps through your navels to your shoulders. Good. One more. All the way. Bringing it down, set your block aside, put your hands on your thighs and press away. Let your feet be heavy. Let your belly open. Feel the beat of your heart. And give it a smile. And thank you. Knees to your chest. Rolling up. Build a cross-legged seat. Fingertips to your shoulders. Inhale, turning left, and exhale, turning right. Turn in the navel, turn from the seat. Allow your ribs, your shoulders, your elbows to soften and open. Until you can feel it all the way through the neck, into the face, into the lips. And let one wrist rise over the elbow. Thumb and first fingertips touch. Your Gyan Mudra in the hands. And it's as though the fingertips themselves are opening your chest, your inner arm. Bring your palms together, interlace the last three fingers. The first points up, cross your thumbs like a steeple, and be swift. In left, out right goes X, 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 go. Opening the sides under your armpits, beside your ribs. Lengthen out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find the center, go in the mouth, in the nose, Ah, heart up, chin in, pause, reach. When you go out, it goes at the top of your head. And arms come wide. And you bring it down onto your belly. If belly down doesn't work, you're going to stand facing the wall. So belly goes down onto the right side of your mat, your left hand reaching wide and flat. Right palm flat beside your shoulder, and then rolling your left ribs under your left hip. Bring your right knee high, and put your toes down behind your left thigh. So if you're at a wall, you have your left hand flat on the wall, your left shoulder on the wall, your left hip on the wall, and both toes point to the right. You deepen your breath. Letting your right knee fall right, letting your pelvis fall open, letting your ribs roll open. And rolling down, belly to the floor. Walk your body to the left side of your mat. Right hand out wide to the right, right palm flat to the floor. Onto the right rib, right hip. Left knee rises, left foot down behind the right. And you fall in. Relaxing your neck. Letting your left knee fall left, even onto the outer edge of your left foot. One more, through the pelvis, through the navel, through the chest, out the hands, and to belly down. Come right into the middle of the mat. Left fingertips are out, left toes are tucked under. Right hand reaches back, fingertips to the floor, right beside your hip. Just bend your right knee, and as you rise into your heel, lift your chest, and exhale down. So you may keep both fingertips, left and right, on the floor, or right hand holds the outer ankle. Your left side is strong. Toes to fingers are your anchor, and they keep your hips square and your chest square. And your right heel is opening your right chest and the spine. We may get a little taller, a little brighter. This week we'll take this pose one step further for those that want it. Last time. And setting it down, changing sides. Right fingertips forward, right toes tuck under. Left hand reaches back, fingers to the floor. That's it. Then left knee bends. And as you press your heel, press both hands down. There we go. And then set it down. So all the fingers and toes press into the floor, and the left heel presses into the ceiling. Or you hold your outer ankle. Using your right fingers and toes, you start to rise. Left foot is opening the left chest. Good. 2 and 1. Hands go back beside your ribs. Walk your thighs back and in. Peel up onto the fronts of your hips. And exhale, roll your way down. You're rolling up and you're rolling down. Tops of your feet are steady on the floor. The legs are working. Wag your tail at the base so that there's some pliability. And bending your knees, straighten your legs as you rise up. Inhaling, opening, exhaling down. Right from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. Building a little heat through the front body. 3. Two. Good. One more. Bend your knees, hands and knees. Looking back, bring your inner knees to touch. Inner feet together. And then hips back towards your heels, ribs towards your thighs, fingertips only. Letting your head be heavy. Use the breath into the back of your body to widen and lengthen along the spine. Rising hands and knees. Turn over on your back, hold your shins, and just roll it out. Rolling up and rolling back. And we go one more time to land your feet. And then hands to the hips, standing up tall. A little bend in the knees. Sit it back like a squat. And inhale, stand up. Exhale, sit down. Inhale, stand up. Working there are hands at the shoulders. Working there are hands behind the head. Hands behind the head, lift your lungs. Work there, dropping your hips to your heels. This squat is an anchor. Settling down into the feet, go 3. And go 2. And go 1. Your hands release, your palms face forward, feeling into the body. Take your time. On the inhale, you're bringing your attention and your breath down into the abdomen. On your exhale, you're bringing your attention and your breath up your legs into your abdomen. And this opposition into the belly is what transforms us, what digests where we've been and becomes who we are. And shake it out, rebuilding your seat. To conclude with those circles, through the elbows, through the wrists, through the fingers. And we start with a whisper of ha. And keeping the breath, close the mouth, out the nose. If you're pregnant or on your cycle, you can have a long, deep breath. And then move into your arms. The way you would like, to live. So it might be bold, it may be small. This is yours. This brightest, longest day of the year, how will you meet it? How will you make yourself available? Even if it's as small as turning your palms open as though scattering petals across your lap. Keep generating movement. Go. We drive with the brakes on so much of the day. Go. Some of us. For all that you are, for all that you have, light it up. Five, four, three, two, one. Inhale, bring it up. Heart up, chin in. Reaching, lifting your lungs. Lift your pelvic floor. When you exhale, out the top of your head. To release the breath and the elbows. And take your time. The frequency of your heart and the frequency of your thoughts and your mind state be the same. This incredibly creative, healing coherence in your systems. If you're using music, pause your playlist. I am this Satnam, tall and steady and reliable and aware. Sat is this truth, Nam, who I am, my identity. Sat Kartar, Sat, the same divine truth. Kartar is the doer. May this truth act through me, and may I act with great divine grace and truth and light. And that's all we're saying. We're overriding everything else with our own sound. Palms together, Sat. Palms face forward, Kar. Palms press out, Tar. Sat, Kar, 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 Tar. Continue. Sat, Kar, Tar. That we are setting aside division. We are setting aside hesitation. Kar, Tar. That our highest self and our daily self are one thing. Sat, Kar, Tar. 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 Sat Kar 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 Tar. If it drives your shoulders crazy, do it lower. Sat Kar Tar. 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 May my highest self be my daily self. May truth and light move through me. Sat Kar Tar. 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 Sat Kar. Two more. Sat Kar Tar. One more. Sat Kar Tar. May my highest self be my daily self. Seated here or unfold to your Shavasana as you choose. If you're using music, restart your playlist. The song is Motif to lie back. It's coming. Keeping your breath ever so slightly full. The body completely at rest. Front, back, left, right, top, bottom. And the breath full inside of it. Deepening your breathing. Interlace your fingers, reach out long overhead. Draw your knees in. Hold your shins, roll a little bit side to side. Roll yourself all the way up into a simple seat. Interlace your fingers, pressing your hands out to round, and then lift them up high. And as you round, let your knuckles drop in. Inhale, sweep up and lengthen out. And you just fall into yourself and you sweep up and out. Let this gesture be how we respond. Over and over, we can collapse and get lost and fall into our dark, and then we just sweep up and open. Nothing is static. Nothing is continuous except change. So just reach into that change and let it lift you all the way up. One more time. Palms together. Bring it right down the middle. And then inhale, sweep wide. Right to the fingertips. And then palms together down the middle. Sweep wide. Gather in the light of this day. Right? And palms down to the chest. In your mind, you're allowed to repeat, I expand in success, abundance, and love every day. As I inspire those around me to do the same. Hands to the forehead, center, Sat Nam, I am this. 8 count Sat, 2 count Nam. Inhale. Sat Nam. Sat Nam, I see myself. Namaste, I see you. Happy Father's Day. Happy solstice. Fantastic loves. Thank you getting up on a bright Sunday morning or for whenever you replay this. Use it well. Next Friday, we'll have the breath workshop. And as I've been building out July, the breath that we'll learn and the techniques of the breath and the awareness of where and how to breathe really begins to give you a lot of support in what we'll be doing. The physical aspect will be quite calm, very, very steady. And then we conclude with hands high for 3 minutes at a time. And if you have the wrong breath, this becomes very defeating. But if you have a correct breath, this begins to grow and begins to reward and strengthen you. So it's really very helpful. And I will do a Dharma talk after this, about 9:10 today, just 15 minutes probably, a little bit more background on Kundalini and especially this shift that Kundalini was created to prepare humans for the shift from a Piscean age to an Aquarian age, and what that means. And if that sounds super wacky, new agey, and astrological to you, it's just where we know that there are stars above us. We know that the stars have groupings. And within those groupings, we've given them names. The way in which the Earth is aligned with the stars that surround us means that the various constellations are in different positions over time. So to say a Piscean age is simply to say that that gathering of stars is the stars that we see most prominently, that have a place in our sky. And as the Earth moves and changes, another constellation has a prominent aspect in our sky. As human beings, we are evolving so significantly, and there are characteristics of these periods of time that when we're aware of them and when we're in line with them and when we are finding who we are in their company, it becomes far easier to participate rather than to hold ourselves to a way that's already passed. And this is absolutely a fundamental aspect of the philosophy of Kundalini, and it's always been one that's fascinated me and really helped. Why am I doing this work? Why am I making these gestures? How does this serve me? This is aligning you to something so much larger, and this is a gift. Just the way that you want to educate your children and pass on what you know. This is how you wash the car. This is how you fold the laundry. This is how you'll get ahead in life. Right? These are past generations that are handing us. This is what you're going to need in the future. And this is what we receive and do every time we come to our mat. So that's where we'll go at 9:10. Again, the workshop is the 26th. So it's 6:30 on Friday night. You can see the details on the website. And lastly, by request, you don't always have an hour. And the hour doesn't always fall at noon in the day. Martha, I want something quick and small and immediate to shift my state. I'm working from home. I'm with my kids. I need a break. So it's called Quick Kriyas on my website under practice. The first one is up. Each week I'll put up another one. 15 minutes. That's all you need. So take a look. Let me know what you think. And perhaps I'll see you in 5 minutes. Sat Nam, loves. Sat Nam.